Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another episode of the Lowdown on TSWS Gaming. I'm your host, Loke7, and he's Ham Solo, the Hamathy man himself. Ham, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing fine. Just kicking it, man. Just kicking it. Just got off the show with Mr. Boom Stick XL. Had a really good show this morning with him. Some breaking news happened with the whole Bungie situation. I don't know if you've been paying attention, Loke, but it's hot. It is hot outside right now, bro. It is not a pretty sight. It ain't.
Okay.
Gonna need you to do some coping today. Some masterful coping.
We shall see. Welcome in Vincent Vega. Not on time, not late, always early. Appreciate you, Vince. Sarge, welcome in. Also, Dron TJ, Matt Likes Games. Let's get the show on the road. We're 10 minutes late. Before we do this, Ham, what were you playing this past weekend?
This past weekend, let's see. Well, I'm done with Spider-Man, so I haven't been playing that. I can tell you that much.
Everyone was done in the first weekend. We get it.
Starfield. I hopped back on the Starfield. Been playing some of that. Dragon's Dogma. I've been playing on PS3.
I saw that live stream.
Yes, and it was a really good live stream. I went to Rumble to do the live stream, so in case you don't know what I'm talking about, it wasn't on YouTube. It was only on Rumble. Check me out on Rumble. Same name as this channel, TSWS Gaming over there. But I played about 2 hours of Dragon's Dogma. It was a really good time, man. That game, I missed out completely on that one right there. It was a really good time. Then I ended the night playing some Saturn on there, a little bit of center ring boxing made by JVC. Yes, the old speaker company.
Damn.
But I was also playing a little bit of Forza. I feel like I'm missing. Oh yeah, and Ark Survival Ascended. Been playing some of that. I'd like to play a lot more of it, but unfortunately, seeing that they haven't dropped the console version yet, it's kind of lonely playing that. And I'm used to playing that with my wife, my father-in-law, some friends back in town, and they're all wanting to get the game. It's just not available for console yet, so I'm kind of just running around with my head cut off by myself in the game. It's kind of lame.
Oh, you don't like playing by yourself? Big Mad Mo, welcome in. Says that was a cool stream. I'm guessing Big Mad Mo will join you on Rumble.
He was there on Rumble. In fact, he was there this morning on Boom Show too. I seen him in the chat. Good, awesome, man. Big Mad Mo stays supporting, man. That man is everywhere.
For sure.
He's everywhere but Twitter.
He knows how to stay away from the toxic stuff. He knows how to stay away from the toxic stuff. Stanley Francois, comment ça va? Says, what's happening, fellas? Big Mad Mo, yes. Jusant. I personally, that's like the big highlight game after Metal Gear for the rest of the year for me personally. So yes, and because it's a chill game, I can see myself playing it, listening to podcasts, or have a playlist running, or even just the in-game sound. But it looks like a very chill, relaxing game.
It looks like a great palate cleanser. I love it.
Pretty much. A cracked lens, welcome in, says, y'all think Han washed his legs? Ham, did you wash your legs?
The hell is he talking about?
I don't know.
Timmy!
Welcome in, Timmy. Welcome in. Liza P, Game of the... Settle down. Good game does not Game of the Year make. Personally, I restarted. Well, not restarted, but I started playing Spider-Man Remastered, the 2018 game. I've never played the DLCs. And when I played the 2018 game, I didn't play through the other stuff. You know what I mean? I focused on the main story. bashed through it, and moved on with my life. Now I'm taking my time. Like I'm taking all the pictures. I did all of Black Cat's annoying ass like side missions where you have to stop and just wait for the twinkle and move around very slowly, which is very disconcerting, right? Spider-Man's a game about motion and rhythm. Suddenly you now have to stop and observe very slowly. That was one of the side missions that I completely gave up on. I've caught all the pigeons as well, so I'm doing all the other side stuff, and it's very interesting. It's very interesting. A side note: I've passed level 140. That's in my description. I think I can reach 150 by Friday and platinum WRC generations this weekend. Fingers crossed, everyone. Fingers crossed. Pretty much that's what I've been playing. Ham, let's get into it. You ready?
I guess.
All right. Sports first. Lakers lose game 1 of the season. Anthony Davis scores 0 points in the second half. Thoughts?
Hilarious. Eat it, Loke. That's my thoughts. Suck on that. How about that, Loke? Anthony Davis out here proving himself year after year. Looking good, looking good. It's crazy because he's just looking good the game before, actually, if you want to be honest. He was, wait, preseason? No, it wasn't preseason.
This was game 1, bro.
Oh, you're talking about game 1. I'm thinking
lost,
of like game.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of like game 2 or whatever.
No. They already played their third game. I'm talking about game 1. They spent the whole off season talking about we can't wait to play the Nuggets because the Nuggets were talking so much trash after they swept the Lakers in the playoffs, right? So
right.
AD and LeBron were like, yo, we can't wait to get at these boys. And then AD does this. Because LeBron balled out, 38 points. He played very well. AD, 0 points in the second half.
How many points total?
I don't know, dog.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Scores 0 points in the second half as a starter.
Yeah, I mean, it ain't good when you're trying to close out a game and you lose. Your 0 really pokes.
Yep. It sticks out. It does stick out. I'd like to move on from this subject. I only brought it up first.
I'm sure you would.
Because I just assumed that if I didn't bring it up, you were gonna like immediately point out, dude, are we forgetting something here? So I was like, you know what? Let's get this.
I don't care about the Lakers. I don't care.
Right,
I'm not worried about the Lakers. I'm not worried about the Lakers. So why would I care about them? It's just like the Dallas Cowboys. Like, I'm not worried about Dallas, so I don't even speak about them. I'm a Giants fan. I'm gonna be one of the first ones to kick down the Cowboys, but I'm not worried about them. They've been all talk for years, and I mean, I feel like the same about the Lakers. I mean, they did get that bubble championship, that thing that other people didn't want to compete in. That's fine.
A win is a win. A win is a win, Ham. Don't come with that rubbish. A win is a win.
You know what? Yeah, take it.
Anyways, let's move on. James Harden today was traded to the Clippers. The Sixers acquired Marcus Morris, Nicholas Batum, Robert Covington, KJ Martin, and multiple picks, including a 2028 unprotected first-round pick. Ham, before you give your thoughts on this one, I'm delighted as a Laker fan. I am delighted. You know why? Because Kawhi is still going to be injured. Paul George is still going to be injured. So it's Russell Westbrook and James Harden. Houston Rockets 2.0, ladies and gentlemen. I present to you another horribly constructed Clippers team that everyone's going to overhype and it's still going to go to shit. Huh?
God damn, you're cutting pretty bad. I can't understand what you just said. But I'm assuming what you're talking about is this silly thing. They just went to West Philly, is what it feels like. Yeah, it feels like James Harden just went to West Philly because the Clippers are, to me,
nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, you're cutting out bad.
Am I still cutting out?
Yeah.
God, I don't understand what's going on. Okay, no, just fine. Well, okay, let's go. How is that? Is that better?
No.
God damn it. Alright. Let me restart the PC.
I don't know what happened, Luke. But anyways, goddamn, that was tragic. Absolutely tragic. Man. I'm gonna start getting into the topics of today because I ain't trying to talk about basketball no more. We got the RPG devs Artisan is opening the largest foreign-owned studio in Saudi Arabia. I'm gonna share this so you guys can peep this game right here for yourselves on what I'm reading. So check this joint out. Right here it says Artisan Studios has entered into an agreement with the Saudi Arabia's Ministry of Investments. Something right here, folks, is something to pay attention to because the company that has entered an agreement with the Saudi Arabia Ministry of Investment to open what it's called the largest foreign-owned gaming development studio in the kingdom. So they're actually looking to get dead into gaming harder than before, which is, if you've been paying any attention, they've been buying. Them folks out there have been buying hard. I'm gonna progress through the article. Let's get some more details out of it. It says this new studio will be opened in new offices in Riyadh. What's up? Oh man, this man's still glitching. And will employ over 200 staff, including the best talent in the Middle East and North Africa. Look at Africa out there getting some love. We were just talking about it.
Just a little bit.
Just a little. Oh, you're back. Oh my goodness, you're still going nuts right now.
Yeah.
The Artisan.
Artisan representing.
I can't understand you, brother. Artisan's aim is to develop the first AAA console titles in the GCC, which is the Gulf Cooperation Council, a region union consisting of Saudi Arabia's Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, and Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates. What? Are you back yet? No. All right. So this is wild. This is pretty wild to see that they're going even deeper and deeper and deeper into gaming.
Deeper
and deeper. Big Mad Mo out here saying Saudi ain't playing with Saudi ain't playing. They out here making statements saying we out here. No, absolutely, 100%. John TJ with the disrespect saying, let's go.
Unnecessary, bro.
Oh man.
Okay, if I still breaking up,
oh yes. Oh yes, and it is tragic. It is terrible.
Damn it.
It don't
understand what's going on though.
I don't know. But man, I want to ask what you think of it, but man, oh man, I'm not sure we can get a whole sentence out of you.
Sir X-Men. Sir X-Man is shocked. He is shook right now. What's up, Sir X-Man? You emotional, bro?
Can't nobody understand you. You just sound like a bot. You sound like a bot, which means, ladies and gentlemen, that he has officially signed that contract. He is 100% an Xbox fan and nothing else. Forget about it. No, not a PlayStation fan. Not any sort of a Nintendo fan.
No.
He is Xbox only, and he cannot fight for now. None of us could hear.
No. You can hear me through this. No.
You trying real hard. Anyways, I can actually kind of hear you now. What do you think about this article right here? My goodness. This man right here is struggling. There ain't nothing I can do to help, bro, right now. So I don't know. I guess we're gonna have.
Hold up, Ham.
What?
Is it better now?
It is.
Better now.
I don't know what you're doing back there, but you need to quit running shit while we trying to stream. I
just want to say real quick, Sir X-Man, I'm not a bot, right? I have not switched to the green team. John TJ, settle your ass down. And Ham, can I give my take on the whole Saudi Arabia thing? Now that
I've been waiting for you to do that, but you've been over here botting heavy. Woo!
Stop it.
I'm proud of you.
I will change this background.
I'm proud of you.
I will change this background.
I'm proud of you. Team Green.
Oh my God. G Maybe says somebody should have screenshotted that post. No, G Maybe. No. All right. So, as far as the whole Saudi Arabia thing, Ham, I think we need to start learning Mandarin and Arabic. Because it's only a matter of time, dude. They're buying up everything. So why fight it at this point? In my opinion. The Drawn TJ, you can spam the same comment. It won't have the same effect. I know when you thought about this, you were like, this is a banger punchline. It's really not. Sorry. So, would you learn Arabic tomorrow? Would you start learning Arabic tomorrow if the PIL offered you beaucoup dollars?
Hell yeah. I mean, what's wrong with knowing another language? Especially if I'm getting paid? Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Getting paid to learn? Right. That's not stupid. It'd be stupid to say no. What kind of question is that?
All right. Sir X-Man with the $2 super chat says Loke is holding the line. Stay green, brother. All right. I will find a new background. I will find a new background by the end of the show. I promise.
You don't gotta do
this. This is just a holdover from last week. Last week's interview with
you got two homes behind you, man. It's nice. I'm proud of you. You represent
Africa and all right. Let's keep Sir X-Man up there. So speaking of my background, Ham, I shared on Twitter that my local gym, is playing Xbox ads.
Oh shit.
I'm sure because you live in the States and stuff, and most of the people in the chat live in the States, it's 100% normal, it's fine, it's whatever. For me, this is the first time I'm seeing an Xbox ad anywhere in Mozambique.
You think you spoke too soon last week with Seamus Blackley?
I don't know if I spoke too soon. I'm not sure if that even would have showed up if I didn't go for the throat last week. So
you think you produced change?
No. I'm not saying I produced.
Is that what you're saying? Everybody
I didn't say I produced
to the double L.
Look, all I'm saying, right, is before we had that interview with Seamus Blackley and went at his throat about marketing in Africa, specifically Mozambique, there was no ads for Xbox or Game Pass anywhere I was located or anywhere I'd been to. 3 or 4 days later, it's at my gym. That's all I'm saying. All right, guys, conspiracy theorists in the chat, do the math. That's all I'm saying. I'm not taking the credit. I'm just saying, what does the evidence point to? So I'm impressed. I hope that love you too, Dron TJ. Love you too, bro. You're the MVP. Don't forget that. Hey, Victor Click, welcome in. So all I'm saying is, the tides, they are a turning. Right? Besides these layoffs and whatever, the general vibe, dude, is people, the green side, things are happening on the green side. So X-Man says, look, that lets you know that Xbox listens when Sony does it. But I think that's, I'm guessing you want to say it doesn't. I think it's well established that Xbox listens and Sony does not, correct?
I mean, yes. I mean, if you've just looked around just this generation, Sony ain't really listening to enough at all. It's been tragic, but Big Mad Mo says Logue 7 sounds much better this week. Must have... Oh, yo.
Oh, this
yo.
Man. God damn. Wow. Mo, that's messed up.
Mad disrespect. I love
that. That is just vicious, dude. God damn.
All right. That pony have.
All right. All right. So before we move on, Ham, is this a positive development or a negative?
I'd say it's a positive in the sense of gaming. It's spreading. Look, it's spreading. It's getting everywhere and recognized by more and more. And sure, you could say it's been recognized. It's just haven't been taken advantage of. But this is a step in the right direction to me. We'll have to see. Like, I mean, I'm not sure what kind of direction this will be in this in the sense of like work environments and stuff like that. That will have to be seen as it continues to build down the line. But I mean, as of what we see right now, just within like the United States and other companies, like it's not pretty. Work environments are not pretty right now, and and as much as this is a positive for gaming in the sense of it's growing, it's kind of scary to see somebody new hop in when they have like a history of their own, right? I mean, and every country does have a history of their own. So I'm not like singling out like I'm not singling out anybody in the Middle East or in Africa or whatnot, or in South America. I mean, hell, if I'm gonna do that, then I have to pull up, the own books of my own home country and how they're treating people. I mean, hell, you just seen what Bungie? You just seen Bungie just tell people they got 1 day of health coverage. 1 day.
Bungie, Naughty Dog. It's going down in the States.
So that's why I say I'm a little nervous as to how work environments are going to be, because if they're being treated like that here, it could be the same or worse over there. Maybe they set an example and make it better, but I don't know about all that.
Ham, what's my favorite quote?
Past performances
inform future
results. Yes.
Now this will sound like some hateration on my part. I'm prepared for it to for people to take it there.
Yeah,
I'm prepared for that. It's fine.
Pitchforks, y'all. Get your pitchforks.
Get them ready. All right. Do some research. If anyone has some time, do some research on what happened for the World Cup, the recent World Cup in that region.
Be right back.
Okay. And if you do the research, there's tons of humanitarian organizations that were decrying the conditions of the people constructing those world-class stadiums. People were building stadiums. People built stadiums in Qatar that usually take like 10 years, 8 years to build. They built them in like 3 years. In conditions, I'm talking about heat, right? In conditions that are inhospitable. But people built these stadiums real quick. What we did, we saw a lot of videos of famous football players, David Beckham's, Paul Scholes, all these guys that obviously most of you guys in the chat probably don't know, right? Famous football players coming out taking pictures with the people that own the country, people that have all the money. Like everything's okay. But there's documented deaths, not of 5 or 6 people, hundreds, thousands of people that were essentially slave labor in Qatar. Saudi Arabia has the same and sometimes even more stringent rules. Okay? Here's a gaming company. Sure, it's the most heavily funded, it's the biggest, etc., etc. But we like my favorite quote goes, past performance, people. I would have advised caution to anyone trying to pack their bags up, right, to go and work there. The most I would do, Ham, since you're back, the most I would do personally if I was a dev or whatever, I'd be demanding remote work. I'm not coming to stay there. They had a system in Qatar where you would rock up to the country, right, Ham? Leave your passport with a local, and that local is now responsible for your ass. And they decide almost everything about your life. Where you work, what hours you work, where you sleep. And you have no documentation. You can't just get up and be like, yo, I'm going back to the States. You can't just do that. So I'd be very careful. That's the only thing I would say.
I mean, that's why I mentioned what I mentioned, Log, is just because it's just like in this current climate and you're building up, sure, you're going to make the ribbon cutting look ultra pretty, right? It's going to look sexy as hell. But once the ribbon falls after being cut,
after everyone leaves,
celebration's over. The celebration's over and the sweating might begin. And I mean, like, it sounds bad, but we do that here in America. We're doing that here already. I mean, look at the way some of these developers and stuff are being treated. I mean, bro can barely even have time to take a full day's rest before he ain't got insurance. Can't even. You gotta hurry up and make that doctor's appointment before you even get home from getting that day. Like, you better hope that there's availability, because I mean, I'm sitting here. I holler at my doctor's office and they're like, "Yo, we gotta book out about 2 weeks, a month," and that's for healthcare that you pay for. There's other countries and whatnot where the healthcare is way worse. You asking for help, it's gonna be a month. It's gonna be little while, unless you want to go to the ER right now.
Can you afford it?
Yeah, and then that.
And where's your documents to get attended at the ER? Who are you? Where's your ID? Where's your passport? Oh, you ain't got that? Go and talk to your master.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. That's my only concern, because money-wise, hey man, they can swing the paper, no doubt. They can swing the paper. But what are the working conditions on the ground? That's my only concern. Hey, welcome into Big Darren Hauser, Mr. Joanna Dark, welcome in Jeremy Brown, Hey, Matt here says, nice layout, dudes. Hey. All I can say, Matt, is StreamYards is the future, ladies and gentlemen. Vincent Vega says America is a third world country, though. Ham, I have to say something here about all this talk about America. America also sucks. You remember you watched the Matrix movies, right?
Yeah.
Remember when the robots say there's levels? What is this? There's condition. Essentially, I'm paraphrasing. They essentially say there are conditions that we're willing to survive at, even if we're willing to lose all the humans as batteries and survive at a lower standard of living. Spoilers for anyone that hasn't seen the Matrix trilogy. Ham? And this is weird coming from me because I'm always ragging on you guys, but if America's bad, I don't think the idea is to be like, oh, so the worst place, let's ignore the place that's worse. Let's just point out that America's bad.
Oh, no,
that's what I have to say about that.
You can't because you got to know a level. I mean, just like you said, levels, right? As Dark 1985 says, it's levels to this, right? So there's a reason as to more why America gets looked at and talked about the way that they do, because the way that they posture in what they plan or want to be sometimes contradicts what they do. There is no contradiction for certain other places.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So it's just, I feel like those are just two totally different things, and us bringing up the basic history versus the rocky or inconsistent history is something else. Is totally different.
Yeah. All right, but you know what? Well done to anyone that can get the bag while this thing is setting up. Because, like you said, Ham, earlier on, we'd both be going for the bag if there was a chance for us to get the bag. We just wouldn't be packing our literal bags and going. Or would you move to Saudi Arabia, Ham?
Probably not.
All right. Matt, you missed it, bruv. You missed it. Matt says James Harden cried his way off another team. I don't understand how teams are still giving into this guy's BS. Matt, you ever heard of that quote? There's always a bigger fool. That's how it works. There's always someone that, yeah. That's why Russell Westbrook still has a job. That's all I'm gonna say.
Ready for the next one?
So X-Men says, look, wants to go Xbox, you don't go. Okay, once you go Xbox, you don't go back. All right, we'll see. Guys, I just want to show you guys something really nice, real quick before we move on to the next topic.
Nobody cares about this.
This is beautiful. Can I please get ratings for this in the chat? Like, out of 10, what do you give this? Like, out of 10, this is a Metal Gear wallpaper. Me and Ham were having a fight before the show started. I said this is fire, and he was like, this is crap. Please, let's end this discussion in the chat. No polls, just give us, thank you, Mr. Jonah Dark. Give us a rating, Mr. Jonah Dark. Ooh, Vincent Vega, 11 out of 10. There we go. Mr. Jonah Dark, 20.
Anyways.
There we go.
Anyways.
Get your ass beat in the comments.
For that topic right over the top.
Oh, God. Too Big says solid 6. Gee, okay.
Let's
move on to the next topic.
Look at
let's
that.
Let's move on to the next topic. Kazu Nori Yamauchi says a big Gran Turismo 7 update is coming next week. What?
Oh, my bad. Nobody wants to see
Hey, man, it's Metal Gear.
Nobody
That's
wants
all I'm
to
going to
see
say.
that.
It's Metal Gear. All right. I pronounced it like an American, metal. It's Metal Gear. Okay.
Rachie gives it a 4.
What?
That deserves some praise. I'm gonna put
God,
that on
Drawn TJ with a 2. Oh Lord. Big Bad Molo, don't get sick again. Just saying you just got better. All right. Drawn TJ says screw Gran Turismo 7. Forza Motorsport is better. Drawn TJ, Forza Motorsport has no news this week. So anyway, Kazunori Yamochi says a big Gran Turismo 7 update is coming next week. That's according to series producer, who has posted his traditional pre-update silhouette image to Twitter. So no specific date was given for the update, which will feature 7 new cars. It's unclear if any new tracks or track variants will also be included. According to Gran Turismo data miner Nenkai, the cars featured in the silhouettes are Lexus LFA 10, Dodge Challenger SRT Demon 2018, Nismo 400 R96, Mercedes-Benz 190 E2.5, Evolution 2 1991, Dodge Charger RT426 Street Hemi 1968, Porsche 911 992, GTR RS 2022, and the Tesla Motors Model 3 Performance 2023. First off, are you excited for Gran Turismo's update?
No.
Okay.
I don't care about this
at all.
No, not at all. I mean, no. Until I get a PlayStation VR 2, which is at TBD right now, I have no plans on running out to get one. But until I do that,
you guys need to start sending more super chats.
Oh my goodness! Stop it! No, that's not how this works. We use the money that you guys give us to improve the channel, not to buy random little pieces of game.
I don't know, man. I paid for my PS Plus. I paid a whole year of PS Plus with people's contributions. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're lying. You've never done that.
Also, if anyone looks for me on PlayStation, you'll see that my profile doesn't have the PS Plus logo. But anyway, let's move on.
But anyways, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm not interested in this at all. I mean, if I ever get the PlayStation VR 2, I'd happily hop back in GT7, but I'm just not into it. I'm just like I've tried many times. I put a little over, I put like a day and a half into the game, so I put some time into it. But
24 hours is a long time, man.
I mean, that's no. Like I said, a day and a half, which is longer than I've put into Spider-Man 2, and I platinum that game. So I'm just saying, I gave it a run, and it was cool for a little while, but I don't know. I'm with John TJ on this one. Forza's just better.
Forza's better. Okay, so my main question for you on this one, Ham, is: do you think driving games lend themselves well to these always online battle pass type systems where you buy the game, it doesn't have everything or all the cars, all the tracks, and then every 3 months they drip feed you, every 6 months they drip feed you with content?
I can tell you it ain't interesting to me at all. It's not.
No, I'm not even talking about Gran Turismo 7 now. I'm talking about driving games in general.
I'm answering your question. I'm answering.
You played Forza Horizon. You played Forza Motorsport.
Mm-hmm.
So this model for you, does it work for this genre or no?
The only way I see this thing working for somebody like me is if it's like some kind of premium bundle from the start. I'm not
where you pay once and you're done. Don't nickel and dime.
Exactly. I don't like this whole nickel and diming idea from really anybody. I end up being really picky on this kind of stuff. So like, And this includes Xbox games too. So like Halo with the battle passes, I'm very picky. It's like, like I get to thinking, am I going to be playing this game that much? Am I really going to invest this amount? And it's only $10 for some of this stuff, right? So it ain't like I'm breaking the bank, but it's still like, it's still giving me a little bit of, I am now obligated to play this game if I spend this $10 on it, compared to if I just buy what I can in the future or in the present to just play it in the future. It's kind of like I can always go back because I don't really feel like there's a new charge waiting for me. Yeah. So like when I bought the season pass for Forza Horizon, because and what's also helpful is when a game is on Game Pass, right? It is. I'm not gonna lie. It's helpful when a game is on Game Pass. So you see Forza being on Game Pass, and they're like, "Hey, get all the seasons and all this stuff for $60. It'll be on Game Pass anyway, so you don't need to really you don't need to run out and buy the game right now. You can just play it from Game Pass." And I'm just like, "Yo, that's a good way to do it right there." Because I'm already paying monthly for the service for all of these games, and all I'm doing right now is paying for a ton of content, not just now, but also a few years down the road, possibly. Right? They did it with Starfield as well. The premium edition of that. It's already in Game Pass. Play it there, but get the early access and the first DLC with just this little extra payment right here. I think that's a nice touch. Okay. And a little different than saying every 3 months or whatever. Hey, give me another $10. Give me another $10. Give me another $10. Nah.
Every time I see Gran Turismo 7, I remember the conversation you and what was his name? We had a guest on. I think it was Woolly Gamer. And you guys brought up the fact that the camera does not move. It's like fixed or something like that.
It's like Popsicle 6.
Oh my Lord. Like I did more research on that. You ruined the whole Gran Turismo for me. Because now that's all I see. That is the entirety of Gran Turismo now. Since you guys mentioned, right? Like before that, Gran Turismo for me, you could put it next to Forza Motorsport, good competitor. Sure, Forza is better, sure. But I was like, if you pick Gran Turismo 7, you're not missing out much. But after you and Wooly pointed that out, dude, damn.
Yeah, you pretty much have to play it. You pretty much have to play it in the car or on the bumper to really. Yeah.
It feels like I'm moving the track around. I'm not driving. It feels like. Wow. That's what.
Sorry to bring you to that realization, brother, but the truth must be told.
Jeremy Brown is very mad. He says next gen, my backside. Mad Likes Game says Logue thinks he's a prophet. What did I prophesy, man? I don't understand.
Let him know. Let him know.
Wait, what did I prophesy first?
I don't know, but he let you know.
All right. Really? That's what you're going with him? No logic. Just let him know. All right. Darren Hauser. Yep, that camera is fixed in Gran Turismo. Looks like the track is turning and not the car. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's turning like a bus.
It's for me. It's just more proof why I don't like talking about games with you, because you break games for me. So thanks, bro.
Sorry,
I appreciate it.
Not really.
Moving on. One of the most least genuine apologies I ever heard. Moving on. Bungie has reportedly delayed Destiny 2's next expansion and Marathon. So there's 2 delays in here. This is from VGC. Destiny 2's The Final Shape expansion was announced in August when it was given a February 27, 2024 release date. However, according to Bloomberg sources, the expansion was recently delayed until next June pushing it out of parent company Sony's current fiscal year. While a launch window wasn't confirmed, Bloomberg sources claim that the sci-fi PvP extraction shooter has been delayed to 2025, suggesting it was previously targeting a 2024 release. The report coincides with the news that Bungie has become the latest PlayStation studio to be hit with layoffs. Marathon general manager Scott Taylor said that when the game was announced, there's still a lot of work to do before the launch or even before we're ready to talk about the game in more detail. The team is hard at work and we've got a great base to start from, but there's still so much to do, including continuing to grow our team. That is ironic, Ham. By grow our team, he meant do the opposite of grow. But
by disassembling our team.
Pretty much. Ham, go ahead and add in the breaking news that you mentioned at the beginning of the show that had to do with PlayStation and Bungie.
So, yeah, the breaking news, Paul Tassi actually reported on this, and I'm actually going to pull this up on the screen here. Just give me a quick moment. I apologize, everybody.
Take your time, bro. We get to look at Metal Gear right now.
Oh, yuck. Cool.
This is cool.
That's unnecessary, but here we... Oh, shit. Let me put this over here.
Hey, Raichi, nice. Which WRC are you playing right now? Which one? Please answer in the comments.
All right, so right here. Check this out, Loke. I want you to read this because I've read it and had it be read to me. I want you to read it for yourself and read it to these fine ladies and gentlemen in the chat and just watching. This is tragic.
G maybe you're on thin ice. You're on thin ice, G maybe. Okay. Before
I'm
I read that,
like the energy from G baby. Let's go.
Before I read, yo, G baby is messing around. About to find out. Let me read the super chat real quick. Drawn TJ with a $2 super chat. Appreciate it, Drawn TJ. When does Ark Ascended come to Xbox? Ham?
You know what? You know what Studio Wildcard told us? In November. That's it. They just said,
all right, so
soon in November.
So December 1st, you will have Big Mad Mo. I know, dude. And this is one thing.
No, November 30th, I'm expecting this game. I'm expecting it at 11:59 Eastern time. And in November, you know your devs on the 30th.
At least you know your devs, bro. Big Mad Mo. When we first started streaming on TSWS, one of the first things I mentioned to him is that I predict Sega will eventually enter into a tight partnership with Xbox. This is before all the Yakuza stuff and whatever, and it was specifically because of Football Manager. I predicted it. So Matt, I am a prophet. All right, bow down and pay your respects. Anyways, so the Football Manager started going day one to Game Pass 2018, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey, Logan, let them know how big that game actually really is, because a lot of people just look right past that. Of course, and especially somebody like me that it's Soccer Manager, so I don't even give it the time of day. Right.
Yes.
But let them know how big that game actually is, because it's pretty dense.
It's essentially Football Manager is fantasy, the fantasy league for football, for soccer. Sorry, I'm speaking to the Americans here. For soccer, right? And soccer is the most played sport on the planet. So just the amount of people that play Football Manager is insane. The sales that this thing does, very high. I don't know the specifics. They don't release them, but when there's like conventions and whatever, it's full of people all the time. It's just not a game that is easy to market for people to look at and be like, oh, that's a banger. You know what I mean? But it is a gigantic game. The options you have for actual in-game management and all this other stuff, it's a very deep and technical game. There's no easy mode. You either know how to do it or you fail. So it's gigantic. So yes, I am a prophet. I called it.
Oh my God.
Big Bad Mo, I know it's on Game Pass. Thank you so much for bringing it up and bringing light to one of the best simulation management games on the planet. Seriously, it's a great game. Jeremy, sorry.
You see what else Big Mad Mo said right there?
Yeah, you said Satya got that in there. Apparently, he loves it. It's like I don't wanna pump myself up, all right? But Football Manager is for the astute and discerning minds in the gaming community. That's what I will say. All right, me and Satya, right? We have that in common. That's as far as I'm gonna go. I'm not saying that I'm fit to be the CEO of Microsoft. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that if the position was ever laid in front of me, I could probably pull it off. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Jeremy Brown, FC is the biggest sport game to date. EA should FIFA. They don't need them. LOL. They showed FIFA. They know. True.
So now you said all that.
I couldn't get into Monster Hunter. All right, yeah.
Now you said all that positivity. Now you're gonna frown.
Okay.
After you read this.
When I read this, all right, let's get into it. The layoff decisions came directly from Bungie management, not Sony. This is not about Sony replacing Bungie employees with their own people. Many employee benefits, though not health insurance, only last until the end of the month if you are let go. Laying people off on the 30th means a single additional day of coverage. Many employees had unvested shares as a result of the Sony purchase. These shares would be received based on staying with the company for a certain number of years following the sale, but those shares revert to Bungie if you leave, even if you're fired, which is what's happening now to many of those.
Read it and weep.
So many angles here. Can I just go off on this? Can I?
Yes, please, because this is tragic.
All right, so first off, when Bungie left and they did their Destiny thing, everyone sat there talking about Xbox, what a loss, what a failure. They should have kept them in-house. Bungie looks very shady. They look like just another soulless corp, even though they were hailed as something special, something different. This is just scummy behavior. First off, for anyone that has a job, this is why you should read the terms and conditions. If you don't have time to read that 70-page file, don't sign it. Hire a lawyer, even if you have to hire one temporarily. That $100 is worth it, because a lawyer would have pointed out all these little incongruencies and would have highlighted them out, and you would have just gone back to the company and be like, no, fix this, and then here's my proposal from my lawyer. I'm sure the people that had the time and invested the money in there, right, they probably got this changed, because that's what a lot of companies do. They'll put in a whole bunch of bad things for the employee. If you don't come back and fight them on it, they'll let you sign it. But if you come back and fight them, they'll most of the time acquiesce, but you'll be like 1 out of 30 employees. So they don't mind losing with you. And these are the people that most of the time end up staying at the company. The people that just sign because they want to get it over with, here you are. Read the terms and conditions. Oh, I'm going to get shares. Dude, whether you leave of your own volition or if you're fired, There you go. Now you lose. So, and the first one, the layoff decisions came directly from Bungie, not Sony. That's a big one. This whole time we're just talking about Sony is losing it. Sony is fading into the background. Really, it's just Bungie by themselves imploding. Or well, maybe not imploding, but just
I disagree with that.
Getting rid of people. Okay, go ahead.
I disagree with that. I feel like part of this whole this is only Bungie, not Sony, is kind of BS. Because if you look around Sony right now, it's not so hot. The whole Connie Booth situation, Naughty Dog not looking so hot.
Okay, stop. I'm not gonna let you just go at Sony like that, huh?
No. You let me go on ahead and continue.
All right, finish. Finish.
So what I'm kind of getting at is, let's turn. You know what? Let's stand on the other side of the street and then look across a few years back. Okay, so let's look at Xbox from the Sony side. All right, how many people or how many news outlets and stuff came out and said, "Oh, this is all Xbox. Xbox is screwing up these companies. Look at what Xbox did with Arcane. Look at what Xbox did with Line. Look at what Xbox did with or look at what Xbox is currently doing with Rare and their like previous IPs and stuff like that. Look at this, look at that, look at Scalebound. I mean, just look at all these things.
And then the creator even confessed years later that it was actually their fault.
Exactly. And who's talking about that? But here we are, and Paul Tassi does some pretty good work. But I disagree with his first sentence where he's just like, the decisions came from Bungie management, not Sony. This is not about Sony replacing Bungie employees with their own people. Sure, it might not be about Sony particularly doing that, but you don't think there's some backroom talk? You don't think that somebody at Bungie had to say, hey, yo, PlayStation, guess what I'm about to do? Do you think the GM is really okay to fire a bunch of people on their crew without telling the owner or the person above them? You see what I'm saying? It's not like they were absolutely clueless and then just happened to, call up Bungie and see how they're doing. They say, we just fired everybody. Like that doesn't happen. So, in my opinion, I just think it's ridiculous. It's BS. It's not fair. And here is Bungie once again. They cried wolf on the way of leaving Xbox. They cried wolf on the way of leaving Activision. They're crying wolf
like James Harden
right now.
They sound like James Harden right now.
Thank you. They are the James Harden of the fucking gaming industry right now. They absolutely are, because it's just like, you can't say they're bad because they proved they're good. But you'd have to be foolish to trust them.
Yeah.
It's just like it's literally you're saying, Loke. Past performances, man.
God damn. You got me. You got me on that. And you're using my own words. All right. You can rest your case, Sam. But I have to come back at Jeremy. I have to get back at Jeremy Brown here specifically, because he's pointing out that he says it's Sony, right? And I'm trying to explain the difference between approval and submission for approval. When it comes to responsibility, right? And right now I'm just speaking corporate wise. When it comes to responsibility for something to get done, a lot of the responsibility is put on the person that does the approval, but most of the legwork, right, to even create the foundation is done by the submitter and then reviewed. All right, that's why mostly I blame Bungie in this situation. Because I'm not saying Sony was not aware. I'm not saying Sony did not approve this. What I'm saying is Bungie sat there. There was a team. I wasn't there. I'm just speculating, right? Because this is just good business practice. There was an internal team that did a review on productivity. They checked their plan moving forward, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years. And they clearly laid out how all these people do not need to be on board to execute their short to long-term vision. So for me, the person that laid the trap was Bungie. All PlayStation did, right, was sign off on the purchase of the instruments to buy the bear trap, to transport the bear trap to the location. But the person that justified the purchase of the bear trap, the person that actually went to manually set up the bear trap, is Bungie. They're the ones to blame in this situation.
Yeah, you're calling Bungie pretty much the Herman Hulst to Japanese games.
Pretty much, dude.
Like, he's the one that spoke up and said, "Hey, nah, we don't need that."
Yeah.
I mean,
okay, cool.
I don't disagree with you, but I'm just like, I don't completely disagree with that and whatnot, but just with everything that's going on within Sony, this just screams not prepared. Not prepared, because they're sitting there laying off these companies that haven't produced really any products. You see what I'm saying? You're laying off Naughty Dog, but what have we got from Naughty Dog? You're laying off people from Bungie, but what have we got from Bungie since the acquisition? Something that they already had in place before the acquisition? Great. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you got these things in motion, and before anything even happens, before you got anything to be proud of, like, the developers walking away from this, they can't even, like what do you have to show for your time of being there?
Not much.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, man, we thought we were doing this. Now y'all changed up the direction. And because of y'all's past decisions, which you decided not to follow through on, I'm the recipient of being screwed over.
Pretty much. But that's what always happens, man. The employee is always the one who gets the worst of it. Come on. That's like a story as old as time.
Yeah, but to the point of losing shares, losing losing your health insurance a day later. Like, yes, bro, everyone was sitting there. We got acquired, and those people that just got done raising their hands up, is those hands is in their pockets.
TSWS should rename this channel to Weekly Proof That Soulless Corporations Are Soulless Corporations. Come on. At this point, you can pick any one of our episodes. Any one of our episodes, there is a segment, right, where we clearly outline to anyone willing to listen, do not ever sit there and believe that Corporation X gives a flying turd in the wind in a rainy hurricane in Texas about you. They don't care.
Just remember, Bungie does care about the Latinx community, and they care about
people of color, the African Americans,
LGBT. They just don't care about themselves. They just don't care about themselves. They care about everybody else. They just don't care about themselves. Remember that.
Nah, they don't care. They don't care. People, you guys need to pay attention. That's all I have to say. Darren Hauser says it takes two to tangle. Stop the damage control. Darren, that's not how this works. It does take two to tango. But to assume that it's 50-50 whenever any relationship breaks down is disingenuous at best. There's always someone with more. There's always
Speaking of more,
with more. Go ahead.
Speaking of more, we have more from Bungie right now being posted onto this screen, Loke. Go on ahead.
What? Bungie? Oh, yeah. Man.
It don't stop.
So, sorry?
I said it doesn't stop. But they care about, all these different things. They just don't care about themselves.
Yeah. Marathon's apparently coming in 2025. So get ready, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Take a good long nap. How about that?
Why so serious? God damn, why so serious? Bro, this is just mean. He says you have 1 day to fix your teeth. Good luck. The day after you don't have dental anymore. Like anyone that knows anything about fixing your teeth, it is a gradual process. It can take weeks, sometimes months of like going. It gets swollen and then you have to wait for it to come down again, and you're managing the pain, and then you go back to see the dentist again. They screwed them, right? If you're not had any plans for if you're not had any plans for dental, I'm sorry. Sucks to suck. Big Mad Mo, no, I will not be changing the background. I'll change it next episode. I'll change it next episode. Wait, 1 minute you guys are like, I'm a raging pony. The next, y'all are mad that I have the Xbox background. Pick a lane, guys. Pick a lane. Sour Blow says Celtics. What about Celtics, bro? What about them? Oh, look at this. Says Loke, use your damn brain. It's Sony's fault. They own Bungie. Yeah, Drawn TJ. That only makes sense if you're willing to blame Xbox when Bungie was messed up and left. That only works if you're willing to blame Activision when Bungie left. Have you not been paying attention? Drawn TJ, past performance informs what? Come on. I believe in you. I know you can finish that sentence. Vincent Vega says Microsoft got the Windows blue screen and the Xbox green screen. All right. Ham, let's leave Bungie alone for a bit. Oh, sorry. The next one is actually some more Bungie.
Yeah, like I said.
So Destiny 2 Bungie hit with layoffs just 15 months after PlayStation acquisition. So the Destiny 2 developer Bungie, which was acquired by PlayStation last year for $3.6 billion, is the latest game maker to be hit with layoffs in 2023. Various former Bungie employees announced on Twitter today they had been laid off, and Bloomberg has confirmed with its sources that an undisclosed number of staff were laid off yesterday. Bloomberg reports that Bungie CEO Pete Parsons told staffers they'd be, and I quote, hearing some news today, and that following it, there would be a team meeting later to, and I quote, discuss today's events. Game Informer has reached out to PlayStation and will update the story if it learns more. Ham, okay, first off, welcome in, Ray. Says, hey, yo, Ham. Again, more proof, people, that these corporations do not give two turds. They don't give half a turd about any of the employees. This, for me, is just more and more evidence. More and more people that are going to rally behind unionization.
Mm-hmm.
You're building your enemy. Like video game corporations. If anyone here works for or is in the leadership of any of these corporations, go and talk to your colleagues or your bosses. By doing what you're doing, by screwing so many of the people that actually make your jobs worth like existing. No one needs Bobby Kotick. No one actually needs him. You know, we need that random dude or gal programming aim assist or building lobbies or managing lobbies, etc., etc. We need the people that make the thing work. We don't need the suits. And when you do this, you're building your enemies. You're building two gigantic enemies. You're building the indie scene, because these devs that have talent, that have learned in your studios, that have perfected their crafts, are leaving to go and start their own indie studios. And on the other side, you're also building the unions. You're traumatizing people. This is trauma, Ham. Yeah. The people that woke up today and had the floor just ripped from them, right? They had no plan. They don't know what to do. When they get back on their feet, they will never forget this. They're going to make decisions based off of the experience they had today. They're going to rally behind unions. They're going to do everything they can to bring these corporations and even the industry to its knees if necessary, because of what happened today and what's been happening to them this year and the past year, not just at Bungie, but at other studios.
Epic,
it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. But go ahead on these, on this quote from Mr. Pete Parsons. Hearing some news today, we're going to discuss today's events. I love the way they word it. I love it. They're talking about like it's some, like they're going to share out the memo. It's wild. Go ahead, Em.
Yeah, I mean, for some, that's his way of saying we have an excuse cooking. Be sure to tune in to listen to why we did what we did and why we said that we needed this extra money to solidify the positions at this company so people don't lose their jobs. And then here they are losing their jobs. That's what I'm interested in hearing from. I want somebody to ask that question. Why is it that you told everybody, including Sony and whatnot, that, hey, we need this extra little bump to be sure that we don't lose any employees, just to go on ahead and get rid of the employees yourself? You know what that reminds me of? That's that scummy shit that you heard about Bobby Kotick for Activision, where it's like, oh, we laid off a bunch of people, and then you find out where that money went, right into his pocket. Who got the big bonus after that? Bobby. You know what I'm saying? So you got to wonder, that extra money, where's that going to now? Do you really think it's going to fund something that they already had planned on making? Probably not.
Probably not, no.
Probably not. So, to me, this is just atrocious on all sorts of different fronts. I'm really interested to see what kind of excuse that he has for this, because I mean, people like him, Bobby, and the boys, man, they are so slick with it. They are so slick with it. I've been saying, and I said this earlier on this podcast and on Boone's podcast about the whole from Xbox to Activision, now at Sony. It's like the head of that company finds that one spot in the building that has a leaky pipe and purposely slips in the water right there and breaks his back.
Yeah.
It's just like, you purposely slipped there after being told that you were taken care of. You were good to go. All you had to do was perform and show that you were doing what you said you were going to do. But instead, you found a way to just push everything to the side for a little while and get rid of some people in the meantime. So, I mean, I'm really interested in hearing why they felt the need to get rid of people and why this happened, and also as to why did this make sense to be able to now use this situation into formulating as to why your games and DLCs are delayed. Because if I'm noticing anything from Sony is they maybe they can afford it, maybe they can't, but I don't see how they can really manage delays after delays on products that they're the head of at this point. We got factions is on ice. We got we have yet to hear about whatever Santa Monica's working on. We don't know what the heck any of these first party developers are doing. Where the heck is some of these third party games even that you decided the money had? Where's Stella Yams? You took that from Xbox, right? You said it's you can't have this anymore.
Stella Yams is coming next year.
Bro, they said Stella Yams was coming next year in 2022.
The yams is heavy, dog.
Man, stop it.
It's heavy. I just want to quickly address something. G Baby in the chat says when a company is trying to look attractive for purchase, the first thing they do is start cutting weight top to bottom. G Baby, how can Bungie position themselves to get purchased when they already been purchased?
Right.
I don't understand.
I mean, in my opinion, it looks like they're positioning themselves to slip away. That's what it looks like to me. They're positioning themselves to slip away.
Like try to jump off the ship.
Yeah, put me on the plank, master.
Yeah, we're in trouble. Y'all should feel bad for us, etc., etc.
Yeah, it's like the angry kid that punches a hole in the wall, and they just like, I don't want to, I fuck the parents and whatnot. And then you end up in jail, and he's like, I got exactly what I want. I'm not up to that. When I leave here, I get to start my new life.
Pretty much, I can go back to normal. Jeez. I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable with something you said earlier. You brought up factions. Maybe it's because I didn't play factions, but it was factions such a big deal. Like, do you think factions, if it came out this year, do you think Last of Us factions was going to have a significant impact in terms of concurrent player count and people engaging with the microtransaction store?
Yes, I do think so. This year specifically. Why? Because of the Last of Us TV show. The thing is after the show, like if factions would have came out around the show, I think it would have been hot all the way up until like something like Call of Duty, and then it'd fall off the map. So I'm just saying, like I think
I completely disagree with that.
I 100% think that, because I think that a lot of people would hop into it because it's cool for the time, but they figure out.
See, Jeremy Brown's with me in the chat, but go ahead, finish your point.
I think a lot of people would get into it because it'd be cool for the time, especially like if they popped it out during season 1 of the TV show or season 2. But as soon as that kind of muster from the TV show kind of fizzles out, I think then that'd be quiet again until the next season of the show or something that brings it back to relevancy. I don't think it'd stay hot. I don't.
Gran Turismo had a whole ass movie. People went to watch it. They gave it good reviews, and they made money off that movie. And You look at Gran Turismo, it's not looking pretty online. So no. I think the whole faction thing, it's one of those situations, you know, those people that the day is going badly and they want ice cream and they think that's going to make it go better. Like your car broke down and you just assume that if you have some ice cream or if you had like a soda, your day would be better or it would improve. Really, it's not going to do anything. You're still stuck on the side of the road. Both your wheels are flat.
I don't see it. I don't think you've seen what I was saying, Loke. I don't think you really seen what I was saying. I think Why So Serious got the point. He said, so you means it would have failed. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Is it would have been hot for a little bit, but it would have failed.
I'm not saying it would have failed.
I'm saying it would have failed. Soon after.
Oh.
Yes, I am saying that specifically. Okay, that's why I said it would have been hot during the TV show, and then it would drop. It would drop like rocks in the sky, rocks from a plane, bro. It would be dropping like 3 months after the TV show, and then it would make a small resurgence for season 2. But that's in my opinion, that would be the only thing to keep something of that live service alive, is something like TV wise or something where you can kind of follow the trail, like, ooh, a piece of candy, It'd be like that TV show, just kind of keeping you in tune with wanting to play the game. I feel like if they bounce that back and forth somehow, that they'd maybe have some sort of stick to it. But if it's just going to literally be, because if you see the way that Call of Duty kind of does their seasons and stuff like that, they have a little story behind it and whatnot. I mean, whether you stick to the script or not, it's on you. But they do give you a little kind of like tidbit of story to add to the game as the seasons progress. I 100% think they could have did that with something like The Last of Us. I don't really think it would have hung out that long, or people would care about it as much. Nobody would ever care about it as much as they do like with Call of Duty or something like that.
Yeah, dude, not even Call of Duty, Ham. Call of Duty, you are reaching when you bring up Call of Duty.
Halo. How about Halo?
Not even Halo. Dude, do you know how many people are still playing Halo right now?
A lot, but not as much as Call of Duty.
Yes, Ham. But what I'm saying is that there's levels. There's levels, right? Call of Duty is doing triple digit hundreds of thousands of players. All right. The Last of Us faction would not pass, like at its peak, be like 5,000 players, 10,000 at the most. And then as soon as the hype from the TV show would die down, it will start averaging exactly what Gran Turismo is doing now. I 100% don't disagree with Jeremy Brown. He says Sony ponies like single player modes. Call me a pony all you want. I love me a single player game. All right. There's a reason I'm at level 140 plus on WRC. I'm enjoying Valkyria Chronicles 4. I'm replaying Spider-Man Remastered. I just got Metal Gear Solid, the Master Collection. I love me single player games. That's why I'm sitting here and I'm saying, dude, factions, Ham, just like who said this? Darren Hauser said, factions is just a fragment of people's imagination. Dude, I'm telling you, there's so many people drunk on the sauce that I've seen on social media, drunk on the sauce, imagining factions is this amazing, world-changing thing. I'm sorry to disappoint, guys. Factions is it would be an interesting experience, but as a games as a service type game, it would be a massacre. It would be embarrassing. It would be Gran Turismo 7 all over again. Jeremy Brown says, look, I know. Would you give factions a shot, and for how long? I wouldn't even try it, dude.
Look into those kind of games.
No, like the only online games I will play. Oh yeah, don't even get me started on The Last of Us as a whole. Don't even get me started. But oh yeah, Dusty, you're right. Figment of imagination. But I don't know. I think fragment can also work. Fragment is like synonym for like a piece of someone's imagination. You can have a fragment that's non-existent, but you know that's not the point. The point is, Jeremy, as far as online games are concerned, the ones that I give a proper chance to is games like Remnant, where I can be there with Ham and we're having a blast. We're trying to achieve a common goal, and we're going up against whatever's in front of us. And I'm sorry, for me, right? The goal is only valid, and this is just how my brain accepts it, right? The goal is only valid if it's like we have to go and get this specific crystal, this orb, so we can move to that spaceship, so we can then face this boss and do this and do that and whatever. The goal of like your Call of Duty or Apex, which is the goal is let's get as many kills as possible. Let's occupy this specific space for the 10,000th time. That just doesn't get me like invested. I'm not trying to judge anyone that likes it, but I'm just saying for me, that doesn't work. Ham?
Yo.
I think we're good on Destiny.
Oh man,
right?
Yeah, I think we are. I think we're good on.
All right. And so before we move on to the next topic, I just wanna let's go to a palate cleanser. Well, yeah, it's a palate cleanser. It's a subject that's not gaming, but it's a bit sad. But I think we can't pass this show without addressing it. Matthew Perry, the actor who played Chandler Bing on Friends, died aged 54 on October 28th, so 3 days ago. Ham, did you hear about this, and what are your thoughts?
Oh yeah, I was actually a big fan of him on Friends. I thought he was like the best character there.
Was he?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, he's one of the main characters on that show. I can't believe it. I mean, you kind of just read that off, Chandler Bing, or whatever his last. I mean, not Matthew whatever Perry. Bing. Yeah, whatever. But that dude was pretty dope. I enjoyed his work, and he did some stuff in gaming and stuff like that too. Played a few characters in as a video game character as well. So that is to be noticed and recognized. I know you said this isn't really gaming news, but he's been around.
Yeah. R.I.P. to Matthew Perry. Mental 9 hours says too young to die. Vincent Vega, R.I.P. Matthew. Big Mad Mo says, so what you're saying is you suck at competitive. Big Mad Mo, one of the first things they taught me in psychology. This was like, I think first year of varsity. Whenever you're having a discussion with someone and you say something, no matter what it is, and what they say is, so what you're saying is, disregard everything they say after that. Because they didn't pay attention to what you said. They just twisted it. And they just turned it around and made it whatever they wanted. So that's all I have to say about your statement, Big Mad Mo. That's all I have to say. So what you're saying, Big Mad Mo, is you don't like campaigns. And then you're going to say something else. And then all I can keep saying for the rest of the show is, so what you're saying is, and then you're not having a discussion. You just say, so what you're saying is, anyways, let's back to gaming. Insomniac confirms Wolverine game is set in the same universe as Spider-Man 2. This is from IGN. In an interview with Kind of Funny. Kind of Funny is the show that features Paris something. Vicious 696. That's how I know him.
Paris Lily.
That's how I know him. Paris Lily. Yes. He is soon going to be on Behind Them Sticks with Ham Solo. Yeah. Y'all keep it locked here. In an interview with Kind of Funny, Spider-Man 2 director Brian, I'm going to murder this name, but whatever. Brian Intihar confirmed that the two games do in fact exist in the same world. So this is, quote, They're all 1048. Intaha said, then added, laughing, I think I got that right. Ham, are you more or less excited that Wolverine and Spider-Man 2 are set in the same universe?
I'm not surprised. It's going to be interesting to see how they bring him to life without New York City and stuff like that, right? Because we're so used to
don't be like that.
Spider-Man in New York and whatnot. So I'm excited. What's up?
Sorry. Go ahead. Finish your point, bro.
No. I'm just saying it sounds interesting. To be in the same world. Being in the same world isn't the same as being in the same city. So, I mean, I'm definitely hoping to see something new and interesting from this, from this Wolverine game. But I mean, to be within the same universe, and same developers are working on it. I'm expecting a banger. I think this is going to be a good, fun game, especially the way that they made Spider-Man 2. I thought Spider-Man 2 was really fun. It was short, sure, but I wouldn't expect Wolverine game to be super long either. Right? I'd expect it to be around the same amount of time, maybe even shorter because it's his first entry into the Insomnia of what could possibly be like a series from Insomniac. Interesting. You're all right there, Loke.
Darren Hauser says Wolvercube, referring to the bug where you play as a cube in Spider-Man 2.
Aw, damn.
A white cube. Man, I had a thought.
Fucked up by a cube.
I had a thought about the city. I had a thought about the city angle. Yeah, tofu. Wolverfu? Tofu-reen. Done. There we go. Hashtag Tofu-reen. I hadn't thought about the whole city angle that you're talking about. That's a good point. But you know what?
I swear, if I'm Wolverine in New York, I'm hot. I am not happy about that, bro. No.
You have to reuse.
I am not trying to climb the Empire State with some damn
freaking stabbing on the wall. That sounds pretty cool. And then the wall like auto regenerates the holes that you put in there, because when you go down, the holes are not there anymore. That sounds like fun.
No, it doesn't.
So I have faith that it won't be just New York. I'm sure they'll put it in there somewhere. But let's not forget, Insomniac did make Ratchet and Clank recently, and there wasn't much to pull from in terms of saying, oh, they reused assets from Spider-Man. You know what I mean? So I think they can do it. Oh God, Sour Blow. What is this comment, Sour Blow? What is this? As far as the Wolverine game itself, this is going to sound blasphemous considering how good the Spider-Man games have been. I was about to say Spider-Man movies. Ham, I'd like Insomniac to do something else. Right? Oh God. I want them to do. I'd prefer if Insomniac did something else, because Wolverine and Spider-Man are very similar in terms of how you're going to interact with them in fights. You understand what I'm saying? Like building up combos, dodging enemies, etc. I would have liked Insomniac to challenge themselves a little bit by choosing a different type of hero. Someone like the Punisher, for example. I think that could spice it up a bit. Wolverine, I don't think enough is going to change. They might change the setting. They'll change the character layout, the story a bit. But yes, Big Mad Mo, I'm not even talking about those types of differences. I'm talking about in-game, when you have the controller and you're fighting enemies and you're trying to take down the boss, you're trying to take down the base, etc., etc. Wolverine, the mechanics are very similar with Spider-Man in terms of punch, punch, kick, kick, right? Whereas with the Punisher, for example, I'm not saying they should have done the Punisher. Just give an example. For example, with the Punisher, you've got guns, you've got grenades, you've got swords, you've got a different array of things to do that you could try. Thank you. G maybe with a good suggestion, Ghost Rider. I think that would also be an interesting
I would have liked to see a Doctor Strange.
Ooh, there we go. Can you imagine? Like all the devs, right? I think they would have to like rebuild the entire game. You know, like you cannot reuse assets in terms of like fight mechanics or anything with Doctor Strange. You have to tear it all down. That's a good shout, huh? Sapo, welcome in, Sapo. Said, I would like to see a different Spider-Man. Peter Parker is getting old. The comics have a shit ton of different Spider guys and girls. All right. Drawn TJ with the super chat. The MVP comes in here and says, we need a prototype where Alex Mercer. Wow. Alex Mercer kills Spider-Man.
TJ just want anything Xbox to kill something in the Sony party.
That went left very fast. That went left very fast. Darren Hauser, the Wolverine game could be set in the countryside, particularly in a wooded area or something. You could show off his heightened senses of smell and strength in that
That'd be hot.
setting.
That's actually a really good idea.
I think that would be different. That would be different. Good shot.
I wouldn't mind a Wolverine set in somewhere like a jungle or something like that, where you like escape a base and then you end up in like a jungle,
like in the comic book.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, exactly. Like in the comic book, make him just a normal soldier before it all went left, right? And then put him in the lab with Stryker. Put the adamantium in. Experience that whole section. Then the game ends when you finally become like proper Wolverine and like don the mask, and then the credits roll. I think that's how you do it. Sapo, Wolverine's gonna be a cinematic hack and slash Spider-Man without the webs, and that's my exact point, Ham. That's my exact point. On
came through and just described it in 2 sentences.
That's my exact point. They're essentially the same in terms of how they work gameplay wise. Maybe Doctor Strange would need that world warping tech that Naughty Dog has. Not just the world warping. How would you sort out the enemies? How would you do boss battles? How would you do traversal? How would you do dodging with Doctor Strange? You know, because he's not the most flexible guy. You know what I mean? There's a lot to figure out on how to gamify Doctor Strange, and that's what I think that would be a better alternative for Insomniac. But hey, we're getting Spider-Man.
What do you think of like a Black Widow or a Silver Surfer?
Black Widow is Spider-Man again without the webs and breast. Silver Surfer, yes. Characters, right? That will challenge not just the devs to represent what's in the comic books, but also the players to figure out how to play with these characters. Silver Surfer would be nice.
That'd be so dope just to see him. To see him surf, right? That'd be just so dope, just to be able to do the traversal with that.
But from the videos, from what you've said before, Ham, with all the flying, and also what your wife said, I guess we already know what
leave my wife out.
Yes.
Keep my wife's name out your goddamn mouth.
Get up on stage, Ham. Get up on stage
slap the shit out of
smack this man. Smack this man. obviously you're only smacking me because I'm smaller and shorter than you. And if someone else was talking about your wife and he's bigger and taller, you wouldn't be talking about keep my wife's name out your goddamn mouth. So yeah, Silver Surfer Ham, I'm with Kalela right here. I'm with her. We've already played Silver Surfer. We don't need Iron Man on PlayStation. You wanna play? You wanna play Iron Man? You wanna fly? Right? Just play Spider-Man 2. You're good.
You're wrong for that.
I've
been trying to tell her it ain't fly, it's glide.
Same.
She wasn't buying it. She wasn't buying it.
No, don't come here with that rubbish. Oh Lord, your daddy says world warping. Good way to say they make games that go woke. What? What is this? Is Spider-Man 2 woke? I don't know.
I mean, right. Some people could argue that it is. I personally see some of what they talk about within the game, but at the same time, I'm just like, if they're trying to normalize certain things, then it's not really woke. You know what I mean?
Can you give me some examples? Because I haven't played it yet. So what do you see that you're like, okay, this is kind of woke?
Well, it's what people are calling woke. It's not what I'm saying is woke.
Okay, so you don't think it's woke, you specifically?
I mean, I don't know. I like I'd be down to have a conversation about it at some point. Not exactly now. Right now, I mean, we still got a lot of topics to get through. So, and I got like 25, maybe 30 minutes max.
Okay, just give me one example of what people are saying is woke in the game.
Okay, so there's a part where you're like helping this dude ask another dude to prom.
To what?
You're helping a dude ask another dude to prom because he's too shy to ask himself.
Moving on, Metal Gear Solid Master Collection on PC has already been modded to 1080p and 4K support. This is from VideoGameChronicles.com. As spotted by PC Gamer, the new mod, which is called MGS Resolution Patch, is an experimental plugin for the Steam version of the collection. While players can theoretically enter any resolution they want, the mod's creator, Sargent UR, recommends the standard 1080p and 2160p resolutions because anything else is not guaranteed to produce an adequate image. Sargent UR also notes that the mod works best with Metal Gear Solid 3, stating that while it does work with MGS2, the increase in resolution can result in noticeable bugs in the UI. Ham, before you go at it, right? Before I got, after I got the MGS Master Collection on PlayStation for $60.
Tragic.
Flemish, our mutual friend, pointed out that the same game, Metal Gear Solid Master Collection, is $20 right now on Steam. And I'm going to take that out. I'm going to take that L with me to my grave. That sucked. And yeah, that sucked.
I'm telling you, that game was it was just a port. It's literally all it was. And
which is fine.
No, it's not. That's the problem, is it's not fine.
Come on.
It's not fine, Loke. And you're seeing it firsthand.
Oh, man.
It's not.
Yeah. Well, I haven't played it.
It would have been fine, Loke, if they didn't do it already before. But they've done this, like, port.
Oh, and the PS, yeah.
2 generations ago. So they're giving us the same port with really like very light sprinkles. It's like if somebody were to put a like I don't know, just like a little sprinkle of sugar inside of your soda. It's like, what the fuck is that for? There's already enough sugar in my soda. It doesn't need to be a sprinkle just from the tips of my finger of a little extra sugar in there. It doesn't taste any more nice. It doesn't taste any more sweet. This is the same goddamn thing. Sorry, brother. Sorry. Those are the facts.
You didn't have to go that hard. Okay, so the reason, right? Again, I will damage control for Metal Gear.
Stop. You're the problem.
Yes. I agree. If this had happened, right? If this had happened with like a Sonic port, a Mario port, any other port, I'd be like, guys, you guys are foolish. You guys are idiots. Why are you doing this? Y'all are the worst thing that's ever happened to gaming, etc., etc. But because it's Metal Gear, I'm about to cap, and I don't care. All right, Big Mad Mo says they're not paying you. They don't need to pay me. All right. Darren Hauser, no, it's not as bad as the GTA Definitive Edition. This at least works. All right, this works fine. The problem is the pricing. They're overcharging.
Not fine, Loke. There is no part of this. I don't care what you say, Loke. There is no part of this that is fine. I mean, do you need me to say it with just by myself? There is no part of this that is fine. Okay.
You good?
I mean, better yet, are you?
Your daddy says solid simp. I don't care.
You look at him scratching the back of the neck. You know, people get itchy when they bullshitting.
Sapo, you're right. Nintendo and Sega wouldn't make a port like this. Sega would just work with Xbox and make it easier for people to get access, and they would port it for free. Nintendo, you know what Nintendo would do? Nintendo would not port it and force people to pirate it. But let's go back. Let's go back to Metal Gear, which is the subject at hand.
You know what this is the same thing as? The GoldenEye port that we got at the beginning of the year. Wasn't that great? Wasn't that cool? All the new stuff that you could do in that game. You know what? They provided controls. That's more than what Metal Gear gave. At least GoldenEye gave you better controller support. I would have never thought I'd be praising that game right now. But here we are with this same ass Metal Gear game that Loke spent $60 on for PlayStation. I mean, goodness gracious. The L is magnificent.
Would you have felt better if I bought it on Xbox? Would you have felt better if you bought it on
the L would have been just.
So why are you bringing up that I bought it on PlayStation? Why? Like that's a valid
because point. It shows that you went a little further out of your way. Because let's remember that Loke has a hard time getting PlayStation.
You want to really unpack this now?
So
God damn.
So not only did you buy it, but you bought it for PlayStation, which means that you went completely out of your way to make sure that you got this thing on its origin platform. When it, or I guess maybe Nintendo would be that, but you see what I'm saying? You really did all that work, spent all that money just to figure out that it's a third of the price somewhere else, and they ain't did shit for you. And hey, Loke, but they gave you some pretty cool games for the guy to be able to read your memory card with later that you pre-pick.
I swear, I've been trying to get a word in for the last 20 minutes. You done told me to talk, but you keep cutting me off. I don't know, dog. All right, go ahead.
Because every time I give you a chance to talk, you ain't got nothing to say.
Because you won't let me finish, bro. I need a preamble. All right? I need to set the table. All right? I need to figure out how I'm going to sell this to you. All right?
You can't.
You can't.
You've been trying to sell it to the chat and ain't nobody buying this shit.
I wish you'd let me finish.
I don't want to. I want to move on. Because this is tragic.
Some Ham Solo West out here. Talking about, I'll let you finish. I'll let you finish. This guy. God damn. All right. Can I go now?
Yeah, sure. Go on ahead.
All right. It sounds like some skipping and freaking Stephen A. crap here. Man won't even let me speak. Listen. All right, hold on.
Man, this man thinking.
I'm not thinking. I'm just listen.
How am I going to continue to cap?
Listen. Pay attention, guys. Pay attention. Look at me. I'm the captain.
You capping. Yeah, you right. You is capping.
There's a lot of people that don't have access to physical media on the planet. A lot of people play Metal Gear on the PS1, on the PS2, PS3, and they don't have the physical consoles anymore. They don't have the CDs, or if they have the CDs, they scratch to hell, etc. All right? And oh my God. Vincent Vega said I asked ChatGPT for an excuse. All right, Vincent. You're on thin ice now. I don't care if you come early to the podcast. You're on thin ice. Watch yourself. Anyway, my point is, for people like Ham, right? The reason Ham's going hard at this is because Ham and a lot of people, including you guys in the chat, have an abundant access to physical media wherever it is that you live, right? But the majority of the planet, and this is going to bear out in the sales. You're going to see this months from now. You're going to see this when Konami announces how many people bought this. The majority of people that love Metal Gear don't have access to it on the original consoles that came out, because they either don't have the consoles or they have the consoles, but the CDs are nowhere to be found. All right. So this is a way to get the games. For people that have not experienced Metal Gear, this is a great jumping in point. For the people that love Metal Gear, this is awesome. For the people that just kind of like it or just look at it as a good franchise, this is a bad deal. For fanatics like me, this is heaven. All right, because I've always wanted to play Metal Gear again, but I don't own any of the previous consoles. I couldn't be asked to pirate it. I have a gaming PC. I always promised myself if I had a gaming PC, I would emulate or whatever, but I just don't believe in doing stuff like that. And here we are.
All right.
Good.
All right, look, you see me. I'm on my knees right now. I'm on my knees right now, bro. I'm begging you. I'm begging you, brother, please.
What?
Cut the cap. Cut the fucking cap. This is not heaven for you. Is this what heaven looks like to you? Because it's looking grim.
Yeah, you know what? As soon as I leave this freaking Metal Gear, I'm alright, dog.
No, love, not like this.
Not like this.
Not like this.
Just like this.
Not like this, brother. No.
Mm-hmm. I got my cigarettes. I got the lube ready. I'm good to go. I'm good to go. Goodness. I just need to go in the back room, get some towels. Did you hear me? Towels, not plural. I need more than one towel. It's about to be a mess.
Ain't no saving this, brother. Ain't no saving this dude.
No. Mm-mm. Get off your knees, dog.
Look, I'm gonna have to ask you to be quiet. I'm gonna have to ask you to be quiet and just look at the screen.
Okay. Hold on.
This is the face of somebody that needs help. Look, gentlemen. Look, ladies and gentlemen. This is This is what it looks like when you don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Fuck off. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Tim Purr says, oh Lord, what did I tune into? Tim, it's called Metal Gear Solid. All right? The greatest gaming franchise to ever exist. All right? It's just not the greatest franchise, period, because we don't have a movie yet. We don't have a TV show. As soon as they do this properly, it's the best franchise in entertainment history. That's it. Darren Hauser. Oh, cause you never know when you're going to need some Vaseline. Never mind Vaseline, bruv. I got lube going on. All right, I'm good. Ray Ray says, hold up. What? Mass Effect is way. Oh no, Big Man Mo. I wish I could say I was disappointed in you, but come on now. Come on. So yeah, me personally, I don't regret buying Metal Gear. I don't.
Moving on.
Like at all.
Moving on.
At all.
Moving on.
So you have nothing to say about the fact that the PC Master Race has, in what, less than a week, done a better job at making Metal Gear, at making this remake than Konami. Nothing to add on that.
Moving on, Loke.
Alright.
This dude's a stone cold crackhead. There ain't no helping this brother right here. There is no treatment that you can give this man. I love that Lube 7.
Yeah, that's vicious, Vince. Vince is trying to get on my bad side. He is really giving it a go. All right, let's move on. Masahiro Sakurai says it would be difficult to push Smash Brothers any further than we have. This is from VGC. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was released in December 2018 and was supported with a robust DLC offering that included the release of 13 new characters over a 3-year period, bringing the final roster to a whopping 89 fighters. I want to stop there for 2 minutes before we move on to the rest of the article. This is what you call value for money. I like me fighting games, right? I don't think I've seen a fighting game with more than like 30. 89? That is wild. That's insane. And I'm guessing they all have their own move sets and different sizes and quirks. Just hats off. Hats off to Super Smash. It's wild. In his latest video published on Monday, Sakurai reiterated that he is unsure what the future holds for Smash Bros. Following Ultimate, which is the third best-selling Switch game to date, having shifted 31.77 million copies as of June 2023. Wow. Here's a couple of quotes from Sakurai himself. As for what comes next for the Super Smash Bros. Series, I'm not sure. I feel we truly succeeded in making people happy with this game, but now that Smash Bros. Has grown to be in monstrous size, I'd say it's difficult to imagine an increase of this magnitude happening again. Every time we managed to make a game that I had previously thought impossible, so I can't say for certain there won't be another. But I do think it will be difficult to push it any further than we have. Ham, I have an idea. Hey, welcome in, K. Asante. Welcome in. I have an idea of how they can push Smash Bros. Into the future, Ham. Can you guess what that idea is?
You're probably going to be like, I want the Sony love to be given to it, where it's third person over the shoulder. You're going to give Mario a bow and arrow.
A fighting game. Finish. And then when you're serious, right? When you're serious, you can come back to the podcast.
All right. So
finish.
how So I'm actually going to take some of what I just got done saying as just a joke and actually make it somewhat real. Do you know, do you think it would be interesting at all? And I want your honest opinion on this. And I'd like the honest opinion from the chat as well. What do you think of like a third person open setting like Fortnite, but same moves and tactics that you have in the current Smash Brothers, but 3D? And it's just like I don't know, if you have 89 characters, like 15 versus 15 battle, last man standing on whichever team. Do you think something like that, and that's just one game mode, do you think something like that would hold any water to what Smash Brothers has done in the past? I'm talking about being able to run around like Mario does in 64 or any of the new Marios, where you can, run, do a backflip quick and stuff like that. You got the same talents and skills as Link running around. You can go. You can make these paint kind of things and dip through your paint like you can in Splatoon and fight. Do you think like that kind of battle royale would have any weight to it? Speak.
No, Ham. No, just no.
Yeah. Like big mad Mo's hearing what I'm saying. Kind of like Naraka.
No, that sounds horrible.
I don't know.
Of course, Mo would like it. I mean, come on.
Running around Hyrule, beating the hell out of people, hitting them hundreds of feet into the air to knock them out.
Yodani is the one who pulled exactly what I think is the way forward for Super Smash Bros. This is Super Smash Bros. Going Super Saiyan. They're already amazing, but this will change everything. Make it 3D. Damn, Keasante. I don't like Smash, but god damn, that's a hot one. That is a hot, piping hot opinion, Ham. Hot.
I've heard people say that before, and I don't think that's crazy because it's like totally different in comparison to. Yeah, Super Smash Brothers fighting in that game is nowhere near like when you can put Tekken next to Street Fighter way easier and have it make sense than put Tekken next to Super Smash Brothers or Street Fighter next to Super Smash Brothers. To me, it's just kind of like when I hear Super Smash Brothers in fighting games, it's like, why not throw Sifu in there? If we're gonna start not making any sense, I think that kind of goes with that whole idea where it's just kind of like, okay, so anything that's fighting is a fighting game right now. Anything where there's just people fighting. Anything that's fighting is a fighting game. All right, Logan. You clearly have something to say because every time I speak, you start speaking. So go ahead and talk.
Yes. No, Ham. No. Sifu is not a fighting game. All right? A fighting game is not just about having two people fighting. It's about the perspective in which they're fighting. Right? The same way a first-person shooter and a third-person shooter, you're both shooting, but they're distinctly different genres. Fighting in a third-person game that is like an adventure, or whether it's a beat-em-up or whatever, is not the same as fighting one-on-one or even two-on-two in an arena, like in Smash or Tekken or Street Fighter, etc. So no, don't bring Sifu into this. That's all I wanted to say.
I don't care. Sifu is brought into this, and I'm saying this specifically because it's just like these are two like in my opinion, they're just totally different games. I'm like, I understand racing is a sport too, but racing next to like football, come on, man.
Because they're sports. Yeah, that's kind of wild. Racing is its own
to me
thing.
it doesn't. Yeah, exactly. To me, just there's so many different racing games. To me, that's its own genre. You know what? There isn't so many of football and basketball and soccer.
Yeah, yeah. And then Kia Santos brings up another choice. What?
I didn't say anything.
Ham? I can't hear you.
I didn't say anything.
You said you know what there isn't. You said you know what there isn't so many of. What isn't there so many of?
Oh, I said football, basketball, and soccer games. Tennis games. When they have a sports game of the year, I'm just like, what is this? It's the same list that was here last year. You know what I mean? It's like, what are we doing?
It's the same devs. It's the same publishers. Yeah, that's a good point. Vincent says Smash has Solid Snake in there. The problem with Smash and games like Killer Instinct is it's 2D.
Oh, don't you dare bring Killer Instinct into this.
If something is 2D, let me finish. If something is 2D, it can't just be good or mid for me to engage with. It needs to be proper quality. And
you fucked up.
For me, Killer Instinct just doesn't click. Smash also doesn't click for me. I'm not saying they're objectively terrible games. I'm just saying for me, they don't click. Street Fighter 6 that recently came out, that awesome 2D fight.
The 2D, great, yeah. 2D
that was good. That was great. But most of the time, 2D fighters don't really do it for me. So, and just for you to see, Vincent, I'm a big Metal Gear Solid fan. And I know that Solid Snake's in there, but it's not good enough for me to endure whatever's going on in Super Smash. It doesn't work for me.
I like this little idea G maybe had right here. Saying maybe they should take the Smash Bros. Franchise in the direction of Shredder's Revenge. Simpler gameplay, but a nice refresher.
Ah, yeah. And Nintendo is good with that
idea.
Nintendo is good at using like the same IPs, but changing how you play or perspectives or whatever. They're very good with that. Oh, Big Mad Mo, you mad, bro? You mad? Vincent Vega says a new Soul Calibur is long overdue. No, dude. We just got Soul Calibur 6, if I'm not mistaken. The campaign for that game was fire. Like the one where you create your own fighter. Did you play the campaign for Soul Calibur 6, Sam?
No, I didn't.
Dude, I created my favorite anime character. I created Afro Samurai in Soul Calibur 6. And I played through the campaign. It was amazing. Vincent, I'm good on Soul Calibur for another maybe 2 years. We're good. They really
his name's Big Mad Mo. He said, hell yeah, man.
Yeah, of course.
I got to get moving, though, Lo.
I'm not asleep, dude. Just fighting games are not like single player campaigns. Their cadence is a bit slower. You don't have to rush it. All right. Let's wrap it up. Hold on. Let's see which one's the biggest one. Oh, okay. Let's shut it down with Microsoft saying that Starfield's release was Game Pass's biggest ever new subs day one. So it's from videogamechronicles.com. The news was shared during Microsoft's latest earnings call for Q1 period covering July to September, which includes the release of the much anticipated RPG. This is the quote from Satya Nadella. We released Starfield this quarter to broad acclaim. More than 11 million people have played the game to date. Nearly half of hours played have been on PC. And on launch day, we set a record for the most Game Pass subscriptions added on a single day ever. Starfield was the best-selling game in the US in September. Microsoft's gaming business enjoyed a record July to September quarter in terms of revenue generated, partly driven by the release of Starfield. The Xbox parent said it had generated over $3.9 billion US dollars from gaming, which is the highest ever Q1 reported for the brand and a record for a non-holiday quarter. That was a mouthful. Ham, what's your takeaway from this announcement from Satya?
Goodness gracious, congratulations! Really, it's dope to see them come back the way that they have after having such a rough previous generation. That you got the head of a company, like it's not just Phil Spencer saying this, right? You got the people in Microsoft that was nervous or didn't really want to back you up, buying in, stoked on what they've been able to do and come out with throughout their period of time of really being involved. This is a big deal. Say what you want to say, but like Satya Nadella don't come out and say a whole lot when it comes to Xbox. So him coming out and saying everything that he's been saying as of recent, with double down in on gaming, and then now he's coming out and saying, look at what we've done. He was the guy at the end of the year that said, you guys said you wanted a competition. Well, let's have competition. And he's just noticing what's happening across the street and saying, man, it's looking a little smoky over here. But I can see my flag shining high and bright right there. It's looking good. We looking hot. So this is a good thing. This is a really good thing. And it's nice. Not only did they do that, but they did that while being voted one of the best companies in the world. This back half of the year for Microsoft has seemed like one fat ass advertisement, and all it says is what the Cavs be saying. Hashtag let them know. That's all that they've been doing is just letting them know that we are here and we ain't going nowhere. And this is just the beginning. It's dope. It's dope. Go on ahead. I got like 3 minutes until I got
Danny Casada with $5 super chat. Appreciate you. Says Game Pass is so good. It has become the subscription I will never get rid of. I would rather trash Disney Plus, Netflix, and HBO Max before Game Pass. Ham? Thoughts?
Are any of those, Yodani, I'm assuming, is probably in the United States. I'm assuming that. I could be wrong. But they give you money back for using the subscription. They give you they give you opportunities to purchase things at a cheaper price.
20%. I'm not mistaken.
They're constantly dropping new things in there. And you know how HBO and stuff does it? Oh yeah, you'll catch it at the theaters and then you can get the pay-per-view.
The leftovers.
Or something like that. Yeah. Oh yeah, Amazon Prime, you want to watch this movie? Yeah, you got to rent it. You know what Xbox does? Brand new game, day one on Game Pass. You can play this just as quickly as you could hop in and play Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite's been there for a few years. This just came today. You can play them both this evening. No problem. No questions asked. Just go play and have fun. See you later. So yeah, I can understand that sentiment of I'd rather get rid of this, that, and a third because this thing is giving me things on a silver platter that are Right out the oven. Right out the oven. It's good. I mean,
it's real good.
Look, I
what
mean,
is this? Xbox
you've said it yourself.
Campaign.
You've said it yourself, though. Look, I mean, I can sit here and sit on my soapbox all I want and talk about this, but you said it yourself. They could increase the price of Game Pass another $10, $20. Loke, you still own it.
Yep, no doubt. You can go check my account right now. My Game Pass is live. My PS Plus is not. And I don't even have my console. It's with my brother right now. But there's no way I'm turning off that subscription. It's too much value. Even on PC, I'm on my PC. There's games
I didn't even mention PC or the cloud. Didn't even mention those two things.
Yeah. Darren Hauser says not to mention Microsoft points. Well, to be fair, they're kind of rolling back Microsoft points. Huh? Can we agree on that? Microsoft points are not as great as they used to be.
Sure. I agree. They're not as great as they used to be. They're kind of, seeing that some people are getting a little too much out of that situation.
Yeah, but, it feels like they're rolling it all the way back. Like,
but here's something that Netflix ain't doing. Here's something that a lot of other companies ain't doing. Allowing you to share. Netflix completely said you ain't sharing shit with nobody no more. Xbox and PlayStation still allows you to share your games. I don't know if PlayStation allows you to share your subscription, but I know Xbox does. That's crazy.
Wait, are you talking about Game Pass that you
yes.
You can share your PS Plus subscription? No, you can't.
Oh, you can't share the PS Plus subscription?
No.
I know you can share your Game Pass one. Though.
Yes. As soon as you set your home console to be the console of the person that paid for Game Pass, done. It's done. You're already sharing it. PS Plus, I know this because I'm game sharing with Wise Old Gamer. He has PS Plus. We are game sharing right now, and I don't have access to PS Plus. So, yeah.
All right, look, I'm sorry, but I hate to do this, but I gotta make a quick exit.
I'm not sorry.
Right now.
I'm not sorry.
You can keep doing the show though, because unlike previously, unlike previously, it's not just running from my computer. This is on StreamYard now, which is the nice thing. So Luke doesn't have to completely rely on me, so I can drop right out of here, and you still live, brother.
People, anyone in the chat, if I start bugging out real bad, please point it out.
Are you gonna stay here?
I can fix it or just close the stream. But yes, I will be going. You want to plug something? Go ahead and plug, and then we'll see. I think I'll go for another 15 minutes, and then that'll be it.
Okay, dope. Well, I'll keep watching you in the car while I'm picking up my daughter. But no, I don't have really anything to plug other than. Oh no, actually I do. I'm gonna be on Rumble tonight playing some NFL Blitz the League. So check us out on TSWS Gaming on Rumble. I'll be doing that at kind of a late time this evening, around 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. Central Time. Because I'm a night owl, I like to stay up and play my games and stuff like that. So definitely check us out over there. But look, continue on with this with this show. I'll jump back in if I can, but if I can't, have a wonderful rest of the show, and it's off to you, brother. Peace out.
Cheers, bro. All right, so maybe this is a very good point. Wait until they add more mobile value to Game Pass. This is something that we've discussed before as well with the Activision acquisition. As soon as they add in the Activision mobile games, your Candy Crush and whatever, and then join that in with Game Pass somehow, where, for example, you would pay, I don't know, $5 for the mobile version, and then for that $5 you get X amount of extra lives on Candy Crush, and you get X amount of benefits for a select few mobile games. That is what will possibly give Phil Spencer and Xbox what they've been targeting, which is what the leaks gave us, right? The leak said that they're aiming for like 300 million, if I'm not mistaken, or 100 million by 2027. If they can successfully integrate mobile with Game Pass, a lot of people that right now are paying nickel and dimes for all these super successful king games on mobile would be included into the Game Pass statistics. And then that's the game changer. That's why it's worth 70 billion. That money can be made back very quickly if half of the people on mobile that are currently interacting with these games start paying $5 a month for Game Pass. So that's a very good point. Sapo says they will have more exposure with free service provided the players watch advertisements before playing a game. I don't like the whole ad tier, but I realize not everyone has $5, $10 throw around, so that's fair. Darren Hauser, game sharing with my cousin. He gets to use my Game Pass subscription. Yeah. It's a cool feature. Kea Asante, thank you for sharing out the stream with Seamus Blackley. Funny thing happened. I don't know if you saw it on my Twitter, but I posted it. Last night I was at the gym, and for the first time ever, I've never seen an Xbox ad in Mozambique. In all the time I've been here, the most I've seen of Xbox is like hawkers on Facebook or WhatsApp selling the Xbox consoles, but I've never seen like proper ads. This was the first time I saw an actual ad, and it's playing at my gym. That was shocking. Says, speaking of African, love the discussion on Africa. It was an interesting discussion with Kea Asante. I never said buy the ham. Yeah, Kea Asante, that's exactly what they are planning on doing with Candy Crush. You can tell because they tested that on all those Riot games. People don't care, but those who play it lost their minds with that addition. Yeah, it's something that we all have to make peace with, guys. We are like the hardcore gamers. The majority of gaming is not us. We are like the 10%. The rest of the world, the 90% that's gaming on mobile and stuff, they don't really care about these announcements. They don't care about CEOs. They don't care about layoffs. They just care about value for money. They don't care about no console war, nothing. They just care about, is there a benefit for me? That's all they care about. So as soon as this thing goes live, Kea Asante, people are going to just do math. They're not going to sit there and talk about their allegiances to Xbox or not. They're just going to sit there and be like, I currently spend $15 on Candy Crush per month. If I pay $5, I can have the same value or more, depending on what perk Xbox decides to bundle into that tier. And Bob's your uncle. 300 million, 100 million, 200 million subscribers on Game Pass like this. Yes, exactly, John Wolf. They don't care about frames per second, resolution, etc. That's just us, guys. They don't really care. Okay, Yodani, you need to stop with this Texas thing. For anyone that's new here, I'm not in Texas. I am literally in Africa. All right, I'm in the southern tip, which is Mozambique. It says that silhouette of Texas behind you is tilted very askew. All right, I got you. Everyone, thank you so much for staying with us on the lowdown on TSWS. Really appreciate you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed or are enjoying today's show, and hopefully you'll continue to support the channel. All right. As for me, that's pretty much it. I am going to be streaming, or I'm going to try and stream on Sunday. I want to do something special. Just me on the side. I don't know if you guys will be interested in the stuff that I'm going to be discussing, but I guess we'll see, right? I'm going to be spicing it up a little bit. Mostly it's going to be gaming, but I'm going to go a little bit more into like the sports stuff. So if you're not really down for that, it's cool. So more like basketball, football, actual football, and yeah, some general stuff. And hopefully you guys will like it. Big Mad Mo, I hope you come in and trash just a little bit. Says great show, love you, see you in the next one. Hey man, love you too, fam. Oh my lord. John Wolf, talk about that flat booty they gave Mary J. See, this is why my DMs are open, guys. Seriously, if there's anything that we miss during the show, I would appreciate it, right? If there's anything that we miss and we don't discuss, whether it's on the lowdown, on bullshitting, etc., feel free to just chuck it into my DM. I will organize it, and then we're gonna have us laugh on Sunday. Hopefully you guys are gonna come through for that. Kia Sante, you mean the ball you play with your feet? Wow, what a concept. All right. Guys, Ham's not here to say it, so I'll say it. All right. Keep it gaming, or keep it moving. Thank you so much.